Of all the nefarious reasons we can cite for these crazy dog and pony show impeachment hearings, if there was just one agenda that we need to pay attention to, it's that these impeachment hearings are designed to get you, the American public, to pick a side. And both sides are corrupt, so don't do it.
Ambassador, you've shown the courage to come forward today and testify. Notwithstanding the fact you were urged by the White House or State Department not to, notwithstanding the fact that, as you testified earlier, the President implicitly threatened you in that call record, and now the President in real time is attacking you. What effect do you think that has on other witnesses' willingness to come forward and expose wrongdoing?
Well, it's very intimidating.
It's designed to intimidate, is it not?
I mean, I can't speak to what the president is trying to do, but I think the effect is to be intimidating.
Whether what Trump tweeted about Yovanovitch was intended to intimidate or not, what Adam Schiff is doing right here is intended to exploit the emotions of the American people.
Well, I want to let you know, Ambassador, that some of us here take witness intimidation very, very seriously.
This whole hearing turned on a dime when the president tweeted about her real time. And during the questioning, Adam Schiff stopped the Democratic questioning to read the president's tweet to her and get her response. Now, that enabled Schiff to then characterize that tweet as intimidating the witness or tampering with the witness, which is a crime, adding essentially an article of impeachment real time as this hearing is going on. That changed this entire dynamic of this first part of this hearing, and Republicans now are going to have to take the rest of this hearing to probably try to clean that up.
Mr. Nunes, do you have any concluding remarks?
I would just say to the American people, today's show trial has come to an end. We're headed down now to the basement of the Capitol to go until I don't know what time, and we'll be back there hiding again behind the closed doors, interviewing more witnesses that you may or may not be able to see in the public. I hate to break it to my colleagues, if there's anyone else out there watching television ratings, but they must be plummeting right now. And I would suggest that we get back to the work of the Intelligence Committee, that we pass a trade agreement with the United States, Mexico, and Canada that would actually help the American people out, because this is an embarrassment. I'll yield back.
Mr. Chairman, may I be recognized for a motion?
And now, a projected virtue signal moment from the virtuous Adam Schiff.
No, I have some concluding remarks. Ambassador, I want to thank you for your decades of service. I want to thank you, as Mr. Maloney said, for being the first one through the gap. What you did in coming forward and answering a lawful subpoena.
A lawful subpoena.
Was to give courage to others that also witnessed wrongdoing, that they too could show the same courage that you have, that they could stand up, speak out, answer questions. They could endure whatever threats, insults may come their way.
Up to and including completely fabricating stories made up by the House unintelligent committee chairman.
And so, in your long and distinguished career, you have done another great public service in answering the call of our subpoena and testifying before us today. I think you gathered from our comments that we not only grieve for what you went through, but what damage is being done to the State Department, to career federal Foreign Service officers all over the country. I am profoundly grateful to you and Mr. Kent and Ambassador Taylor, who have done so much in the last 2 days or 3 days to show the American people the face of our diplomatic corps, the extraordinary public servants who work all around the world in very dangerous places as you have.
Public servants who do their part to siphon off even more American taxpayer dollars.
And so I'm glad they've gotten to see you, because you're often vilified as bureaucrats, or diplomacy is diminished as unimportant. Anything other than the military doesn't really matter, when it's your efforts that often prevent us from going to war. Sometimes you're disparaged as the deep state. But what you are is what holds this country together, what holds our foreign policy together, what makes it seamless, what makes it work. And I'm glad America gets to see that. While you are the beginning of this story, you're not the end of it, but nonetheless, the beginning is important, because the beginning of the story is an effort to get you out of the way, an effort by Rudy Giuliani and Fruman and Parnas and corrupt Ukrainians like Lutsenko to get you out of the way, because they felt you were an impediment to these political investigations the president so desperately wanted. Giuliani has made it abundantly clear he was in Ukraine on a mission for his client, for the president, to investigate the Bidens. And you were viewed as an obstacle that had to go, not just by Giuliani, but by the President of the United States. And if people had any doubt about it, they should do what the President asks: read the transcript. And what they'll see in that transcript is the President praises the corrupt. He praises the corrupt, Lutsenko. He condemns the just, you. And then he asks for an investigation of the Bidens. There is no camouflaging that corrupt intent. We are adjourned.
Mr. Speaker, I'll speak on condition.
Please allow the witness to leave.
Mr. Chairman, you
Please allow the
disparaged
witness to leave.
those members on this side of the aisle. We should have a chance to respond to your disparaging remarks. Mr. Chairman, I demand or seek. Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman.
So what do you guys think about the dog and pony show under the three-ring circus of the big top? If you guys enjoyed these videos, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give them a thumbs up, and share them with everybody you know. I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video.